In order to cut down some 100-year-old trees turns into a political tug-of-war. The current village president of Western Springs says he is making way for new development, but the president-elect and some residents are outraged. CLTV's Melanie Kopaz reports.
Residents are not only angry over the cutting down of the trees, but the fact that none of the soil had been tested beforehand, soil that could potentially be contaminated with harmful chemicals. This is what the centuries-old trees looked like beforehand. This is them coming down late Friday afternoon. The timing and place of the tree cutting is suspicious to many in this ridgeland of Western Springs subdivision where the first round of trees was cut. It happened right behind the home of village president-elect Jack Lynch. Lynch is one of dozens who lives behind the former Timber Trails golf course, which will soon be a 338-home development. Lynch was notified by email by the village late Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock, but says most didn't find out until just before 5 p.m. when it'd be too late to challenge it in a courtroom. The Save the Timber organization had been negotiating with the developer and also spearheaded a bond referendum that passed in November to acquire a portion of the tree-lined land for a park. They believe they were deceived, while the village president contends things were done properly.
Certainly was coincidental that the incoming president's trees were cut down while the lame duck president was still in office. But more surprising is that the township was negotiating. We were giving plans back and forth, and yet the trees came down. So obviously the negotiations weren't done in good faith.
Where I live 300 yards from the golf course. I have a 5- and a 3-year-old grandson, along with a daughter-in-law and son that live 50 feet from the golf course. The golf course is their backyard. It's preposterous to think that I would do anything that isn't going to be in the best interest of everyone involved.
And many of these residents expect to come out tomorrow night and speak their minds at the regularly scheduled Village Hall meeting here in Western Springs. Melanie Kopaz, CLTV News.